Holy shit, guys, sorry. I was scrambling to get all sorts of stuff done. I had to chow some food, I had to go to the bathroom, I had to get more water, all this bullshit, fix the stream, fix the title, get a sub for tomorrow, because something literally just came up. My god. And my freaking stuff keeps falling on the floor. I'll get it later, whatever. Guys, welcome back. We have the last best of 3 of the day, Infamous, taking on paiN Gaming. I have no idea who this Ice Blood guy is. Could be anyone. But we've had a wacky day of Dota so far. Hopefully these games are going to be, well, a little bit more of what you would expect from teams called paiN Gaming and Infamous, as Sacred were able to win, but not really in typical Sacred fashion, I would say. But here we are in the last best of 3 of the day. I'd like to apologize in advance. I've been going for quite a long time now, and I will be saying some really stupid stuff because of that. But hopefully it's going to be just so clean-cut and entertaining that it won't even matter. Infamous, I would say, are a slight favorite here. paiN Gaming, I mean, maybe this stand-in situation, again, I don't know who Iceblood is that may hurt them quite a bit. I'm pretty sure he's not, like, on the roster. He wasn't on the team the other day when I was casted them, so something happened. But either way, Infamous have been looking really, really clean in their sets, and paiN Gaming earlier with their sets, they were up against some stiffer competition, but also didn't look really that convincing, as Infamous were just plowing through everyone. So we'll see what's going to happen here in this first game. Shadow Shaman along with the ET. Easy support crew, and paiN Gaming, well, we're going to get a little bit of support crew going on with that Ogre Magi. We'll pick up a Brewmaster here. Supporting crew, well, could have been like a Ogre Magi and a Rubik or something like that. Also got heroes like Earth Spirit still in the pool. StarLadder was actually banned out along with the Tusk, Clockwork, and Night Stalker. But paiN going for a Brewmaster, Ogre Magi, pretty safe opening for them. I would say in general, Brewmaster and just the ability to mess with the off lane, or mess with the safe laner rather, warrants the pick in the early stages, because it, the risk of some early off lane selections is that they will just get shut down by unfavorable lanes. And for sure that can happen to a Brewmaster, especially up against this particular lane combo, where Shadow Shaman just shackles you, El Titan is coming in with big damage, and assuming there's a third hero there, then yeah, you may have some evasion, but it's not going to be every miss every time. It's definitely going to be a little bit of a struggle there. But when Shadow Shaman and El Titan are not doing that to you, you can actually get quite a bit done. Farm-wise, you're just really, really durable. You're able to make the enemy miss their last hits. Quite nice. Not really the best hero to have with Ogre Magi specifically, though. Do have a lot of slows there, but really you want to have someone who's a little more bloodlustable. Granted, those heroes very rarely, if ever, come out from the off lane, so the Brewmaster should be still a pretty solid pick here. We'll see what paiN Gaming want to do vis-a-vis this Ogre Magi. The Medusa will be banned out. That's probably one of the bigger ones. We got Quap and Puck both being taken out. Heroes that can, maybe shut down by the Shadow Shaman, but also can absolutely smash a Shadow Shaman as well. Winter Wyvern is still in the pool here if paiN Gaming want to take that hero for themselves. But it does seem like Earth Spirit perhaps is going to be a little bit of a more effective select for them. Infamous. What do they want? Medusa and Tide, pretty much mainstays from Infamous, going to be kicked out. Who am I kidding? Medusa and Tide are mainstays of everyone in the SA region. If there's a game, you're probably going to be considering the pickup of that Medusa. Some proactive disables from the offlane, perhaps to deal with that Brewmaster. Something like a Batrider can definitely get a lot of value up against the Brewmaster. They'll instead grab Pepita's Shadow Fiend, which he was pretty solid in the previous set that we saw him. This is, of course, round 2 in the 3-round tournament. So Pepita was doing pretty well in lane. Combos very well with the El Titan and the Shadow Shaman, like amplifying magical damage and physical. That's Shadow Fiend's jam right there. He was caught out from time to time in kind of a careless fashion, so that is something that Infamous do have to worry about. Just running off on your own and then getting jacked up by a Blink Brewmaster with a split. There's not much Shadow Fiend can actually do about that. Unless he has like a BKB or something like that. But if he does have a BKB, Brewmaster's not going to make that play, right? So that is the really only concern with this. They do also have the last pick, so opting to go for a Shadow Fiend this early on is going to slightly show their hand. paiN Gaming now knowing that there is such a soft hero in the mid lane will think that, yeah, maybe they can grab Ogre Magi, grab something like a Rubik, and then just put the screws to the Shadow Fiend. You assume it's going to be, for the most part, or at least in the very early stages, a little bit of a dual lane here. Shadow Fiend definitely needs that help. Clockwork has been banned out from Infamous, mind you, so they can't get that soul advantage early on. paiN will go for the AA instead. Definitely a hero with Ogre Magi you could get a lot done with. Not really specifically versus that mid lane, although it's not terrible. It's really better as far as killing off those side lanes are concerned. Again, lots of slow and control from the Ogre Magi. The damage from the AA. Add someone half decent like a Luna and you can demolish any side lane with ease. Even Shadow Shaman Elder Titan +1, like that is a lane where I think paiN Gaming can come out on top. It's going to add a little bit of extra to their team fight. AA, again, is not really going to show off really anything. The only hero that really shows something off is this SF. As now Weaver from Infamous is going to be picked up, so paiN only with one real stun right now in the Fire Blast, and that's not even a good stun. It means that they really need some answer to this Weaver here. The Bloodseeker is kind of a dead hero. From the safe lane versus Weaver, those are kind of tough to come by. That puck ban looking really sweet now for Infamous.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, you're looking at like Sven and CK as the big ones. They're not bad. Faceless Void for the safe lane isn't too terrible either. Just bubbling the Weaver. But Faceless Void has his own issues. I mean, Chronosphere is great and everything, but what are you actually comboing with? With Ancient Apparition is fine. That's not really like a fight-ending combo, unless you get like literally everyone from Infamous in that. It seems like they're going to pick the Faceless Void mostly for the laning power he has with AA and the Ogre Magi. The fact that he's a really good Bloodlust target, which is kind of sweet when you have those extra bashes coming in. For sure, that's pretty cool. But also the Faceless Void, he doesn't play well with the Brewmaster. They just don't. They simply do not. Like, you could split and then Chronosphere someone else. It's kind of like you're having two team fights. Two team fights at the same time instead of just one dedicated team fight. You don't really want to split your forces up against a team that has a Weaver, because they are going to win that engagement if you decide to split your efforts. Death Prophet, definitely an ace hero along with Faceless Void. Definitely one of the better ones. As far as remaining mids are concerned, there aren't really many that are really premium. Like, they can go for Razor, I guess. He's okay with Void, but really not that great versus Weaver. Like, they really need a mid laner with some lockdown. Storm Spirit seems like it might be something that they can abuse here, as Infamous don't really have a ton of lockdown of their own. Matchup versus SF isn't great, but it should be good enough with the help of the AA Ogre Magi, so I quite like the Storm Spirit here for paiN. Again, it's going to make the Faceless Void kind of a mediocre teamfight hero, simply because they can't pile onto the Chronosphere all that much.
10 seconds remaining.
But I think it's good enough in lane that they can probably get some solid value out of it.
Radiant team pick.
That is not a Storm Spirit. That's a Mirana. Admittedly, Mirana's not really often on my radar, so, I mean, I just, like, don't really consider her. She doesn't really come to mind. She is pretty good here, though. It's not really, again, the sickest combo with the Faceless Void, but it does offer you that additional disable. And when you have heroes like Faceless Void, Ogre Magi, hell, even the Cyclone from the Brewmaster to set up for an arrow in the later stages, those teamfight stages, Mirana can definitely get a lot done. And when you're talking about joining with Ancient Apparition and Ogre Magi, the Mirana is, one of the best heroes, if not the best hero, to just join in on those fights. Infamous now, grabbing an Enigma. Wow. Is this the second time they've played Enigma? Stinger Enigma? I think they did this in their other set. Yeah, I think this happened. Now, Black Hole is, I think, a little bit of a bait spell to think of for the Enigma. It's really like, how good are the summons? The summons, I think, got recently buffed. They go a little bit faster, if I recall. Just like by 10 movement speed or something like that. But it's basically like, how easy is it for you to control the lane with those summons? Up against someone like a Faceless Void, it's pretty easy. Guy can't clear summons worth a damn, assuming that is going to be the matchup, and I guess that probably is the most likely. So I think that's really the telling point of how good of a game is this going to be for an Enigma. It's how well do you control the lane. And obviously down the line, there are tools that the Dire side have in order to cancel a Black Hole. Like Chronosphere, Fire Blast, Arrow, whatever. There's quite a few. But if a Black Hole rather is going to land, With Earth Splitter, with Requiem, it's just going to smash absolutely everyone. But again, I think that's a little bit of a trap. I think you should more consider how good is this Enigma's laning phase going to be, because that really determines how well he's going to do and how well the team is going to do from that offlane standpoint. And naturally, whenever you pick up an Enigma, like, you are putting a lot of eggs into that basket. You don't really have that safety net of tankability from a Tidehunter, nor that like ease of execution, as Ravage is a lot easier to land than a Black Hole, but Black Hole is just so much better to land if you get the chance to do it. We'll see. Infamous are looking pretty sick as of late, so I'm expecting some pretty big things from them. We'll see what they're able to put together as they put Schofield on the Elder Titan. Got Pepita on the Shadow Fiend. Old Stinger is on the Enigma with Excel on the Shadow Shaman. On the bottom side, this is Kataro on the Weaver. Kithrium, I don't know, something along those lines. Iceblood is on the Fire Hero Ogre Magi. Ooh, that doesn't match. King RD is on his Mirana. Got Duster AA. HFN's Faceless Void, and Tavo's leading the rear as the Brewmaster. Smoked up coming from behind. Enigma really doesn't want to be in a fight this early. They will see everyone in Shadow Shaman. Well, he's fine being a fighter this early. Schofield is going to go for the stomp, which will be canceled, actually. Pepita's already dead. Arrow now lands on the Schofield, and they'll get 2 for none. Duster gets first blood. Tavo gets the second one. They are going to probably still take a 2-2 rune split, but Enigma is a really bad level 1 fighting hero. Like, what's the best possible thing you could have? Maybe it's even Midnight Pulse, but that's even pretty trash. Shadow Fiend might be even worse, because he doesn't have any damage and no way of doing damage. So paiN Gaming, with a really sneaky move, are able to get a lot of damage out very quickly and put themselves at a nice little lead. It is still going to be a 2-2 rune split. Weaver is able to grab both of them from the bottom half of the map. But, you know, that advantage going to be going towards, who is it again? Duster and Tavo. That's actually not that bad. Obviously, it's going to be nice for Tavo getting that additional gold. That's upgraded boots a little bit faster. But, you know, it really would have been a big deal if it was King RD to grab that kill. Like, that would have been absolutely premium. Having the Ancient Apparition with boots, I mean, that's going to be nice, I suppose, at messing with this Enigma, but for the most part, his game plan isn't really going to change all that much. Is it really going to be a 3v2 lane over in mid? Pepita, hopefully for his sake, is able to still land those last hits and get some souls up. He's been doing an okay job, but Excel, he's just dropping shock upon shock here. ET, they know he has level 1 stomp. They saw him cast it earlier. Yeah, he's going to look for another one. He's going to put 2 heroes to sleep. Unfortunately, Pepita just misses all of his attacks afterwards. Now it takes a Fire Blast. This is just an absolute brawl fest, and I have no idea who's actually coming out on top. It looks like the Radiant just slightly, but they're also committing an additional hero here, so it is going to hit them in the experience department. Take a quick look at the more boring lanes. The Enigma, with his Eidolons, should be able to control the lane halfway decently. Ancient Apparition of the boots can chase them down, kill them off, or at least poke at them a little bit, but you know, you gotta be careful. If you commit too hard onto the Enigma summons, then if they split, you can just die to that. Schofield, speaking of just dying to that, he's gonna get Fire Blasted ignited. Starstorm will straight kill him. I'm not really sure why he did that. He's dead now, so don't do that in the future, I guess. In the meantime, Tavo, he's having a very nice time up against essentially just a 1v1 lane with the Weaver. And that's, he doesn't even have haze, actually. Level 3, no mischance on the Weaver, yet is still very, very comfortable. That kill doing quite nice things for him, and here's the combo, Fire Blast Arrow. Not a super elegant combo, but man, it gets the job done. Iceblood is going to back off, take a couple tower shots, but that's what Ogre does best. Takes tower shots and then walks out. You can't stop the Smorker. Trying to smork the Smorker? Good luck. Shadow Shaman was chilling in mid lane a long time, so not really able to poke at Tavo all that much. Shadow Shaman's base damage and his ability to poke and threaten Tavo is quite severe. Like, the threat of just being randomly shackled and then a Weaver suddenly on top of you, that's difficult to deal with. As it stands, though, it is going to be paiN Gaming, not only with a 4-kill lead, but also with a good amount of lead in the CS. This isn't a terribly huge concern, though, for Infamous. Like, obviously they would want more gold and everything, but really it's in the mid-late stages where Infamous are going to look to hit their power curve. So, paiN Gaming with a little bit of a lead early on, yeah, they'll be more eager to pressure, they'll be more willing to pressure, but It's not really the name of the game for their draft. They're more than happy taking this into a little bit of a late stage as well. So early game lead, even though it is not that bad, I guess. It's not super substantial. Duster now going to face up against a lot of spooky blue men. Here comes the Stomp, and the Enigma is going to be just fine. Eidolons do quite a bit of damage here, but Stinger can't really afford to get close. And ET leaving Pepita to his own devices means that he is going to always perpetually be scared of that Fire Blast arrow combo. It's not really a super dangerous combo. It's not a guaranteed setup because Fire Blast stun is pretty bad, honestly. But like by himself, just a Shadow Fiend is very easy to zone out. There's the fight of the century right here. Schofield is going to try to stomp for the rune, and he gets 2 more of himself. Unfortunately, these will do like actually no damage to the ogre. Ice Blood doesn't care about your illusions. Tavo should care though. He's going to try to bottle up. Shikuchi going to cancel that bottle charge. Does have a clap and a haze. He's going to maybe drop. No, the movement speed on Kataro is not enough to close the distance. He'll Shikuchi out and he'll be fine, but Tavo survives. Not sure if that's space created. I mean, that's just you surviving from a bad situation. If we start calling everything space creation, then it loses all meaning now, doesn't it? In the back, Schofield has to watch out here. Ooh, if they fire blasted him right away, I think they could have gotten the kill. He's still in a funnel right now, and arrow is not even going to be thrown. Raises out from Pepita, only lands 1. Very hesitant play there from paiN. They could have easily bagged either the SF or the Elder Titan pretty easily, I would assume. HFN in the meantime, playing Ring Around the Rosie with some Eidolons. I know I'm triggering some people with my pronunciation, but you know what? That's what I get to do. Arrow, what a hero creep.
Radiant are scanning.
4-kill lead for paiN. A little bit of a, well, actually CS is drawing a little bit more even now moving forward. King RD, though, he's camping the shrine. We'll be able to rejuvenate up without worrying about that Elder Titan. This Brewmaster, though, is going to be a problem. Brewmaster versus Weaver is usually pretty safe for the Brewmaster. Even with Excel here, he gets bugged up. And now shackled. Kataro is going to be able to shoot you one more time. Clap is there. A couple more right clicks, and they get the kill. As soon as I say he's safe against Weaver, he dies. Classic play. Ice Blood's going to arrive a little bit too late. Kataro does have some wand charges, so he'll be fine. Brewmaster just getting a little bit too far up the lane. Level 2 Shackle, in fact, for the Shadow Shaman. Really difficult to play around. I mean, by yourself, there's no real play around. Just don't get caught. This Faceless Void, though. On the... Ooh, what? Weaver, why are you even here? He time-lapsed? I guess he didn't have any HP? I just assumed he was going to be fine. Oh, here comes the bubble. And the Cold Feet combo onto the Enigma. Stomp is there. It won't land onto anyone. They do freeze down the Enigma, but Pepita's here, making it a 1-for-1. Still a pretty nice 1-for-1 for paiN if they can actually get out with this Faceless Void. And time walking deep into the trees, he will be able to back out of there and survive. In the meantime, Shadow Fiend loses his lane presence. King RD and Ice Blood immediately jumping into action. Start chipping at that tower. Not a lot of push power here, but hey, with Ring of Aquila turned on, you can definitely get a decent amount of damage done for pretty much for free. Actually, it's 100% free damage.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Just trying to zone him out. Just try to chip out, pressure this mid lane, force more heroes here. The more heroes you force towards the mid lane, the fewer heroes are going to mess with Faceless Void right now. And if you want to mess with Faceless Void, this is the time to do it. When he doesn't have his Chronosphere active. Very viable kill. Tavo, though, going to come in from nowhere with a chair onto Excel. Throws a boulder onto the Shadow Fiend. Cyclone is here. He can be dispelled into an arrow, into a double Starstorm, and that will straight get the kill. 8-2 paiN are all over Infamous in this game. Jeez. I thought Infamous would be a slight favorite here, but it doesn't look like it. This is looking like paiN have them covered absolutely 100%. I mean, yeah, the Weaver is getting a decent amount of farm, but even then, the Faceless Void is getting more farm. And just matchup-wise, Faceless Void can kill off a Weaver, especially if he's going to go for a very consistent right-click based build. With Mask of Madness as a start, seems like that is very viable. King RD, stars on the Pepita. Raindrop will block it, mostly at least. First split being used for, well, let's say 2 kills in mid. Way above average there for the Brewmaster. Looking for a little bit more onto Stinger. 20 seconds left. There is 2-2-0 on Iceblood. This is the build if you're going to go killing things. This is how you kill things, Ogre Magi. Why get Bloodlust when you can just nuke them into oblivion? Those are good questions, man. These are good questions. Tavo, maybe the suspect of a dive. Stomps off the mark, though, and Taro. Oof, Clap takes a lot of damage. Meantime, Moonlight Shadow. It's like it's just to protect Tavo. Maybe to set up for mid. Sentry Ward does drop for the Radiant, and they do see King RD. They grab him. 1 raise, 2 raise, back up a 3rd raise? Nope, just right-click him. That's good, too. So King RD stumbles upon that ward. Unfortunate for the Mirana. Really nice for Pepita. But still this top lane situation. The relentless push of a Bloodlust. Oh, he does have Bloodlust. Okay. Ogre Magi, Faceless Void, and AA. What are you going to do about that push, though, man? How are you going to stop that? It's impossible. It can't be done. You got to try to get something elsewhere, like on Tavo. He doesn't have the split, so he is a viable kill, but into a tower means that Weaver is not going to be able to dodge Haze. So if he is going to be Dove Tavo, he will always get the Haze off onto the Weaver. And Weaver will also be put into a little bit of trouble if that happens. Speaking of trouble for the Weaver, here comes a Chronosphere, which is blind, and it does catch. With a clap from the outskirts, they get the kill in the bag. Even an arrow coming in for good measure, which wouldn't have landed, but you know what, that's fine. HFN with the reads, and with a kill onto Kataro. Now, Weaver is a hero that can kind of make rotations to some extent, depending on the matchups. Versus a Faceless Void and a Mirana, these super mobile heroes, that's really difficult to do. Versus a Brewmaster, who is maybe not mobile, but really hard to kill with the split. Like, the Faceless Void is allowed to make these rotations, and Kataro really isn't, so he just has to sit and farm, whereas the Void can choose to either sit or farm, or look for these kills. And sometimes you gotta look for these kills. Schofield is going to be spotted, but time walked the wrong way. So King RD is able to leap out. Does have an Arcane Rune, and no, Duster actually in a little bit of trouble. Duster, I bet he wishes he had a leap out. Arrow being held right now. King RD is going to look for the arrow. Starstorms instead. That will be dodged by the time lapse. Sucks to be you, AA. Top lane being pushed. The Dolans, they're gone. They probably make a couple more. There you go. Tavo is going to arrive. Clap will pretty much clean him out. Looking for the deny instead. Will get it. And Raze is going to Iceblood. Split is going to be canceled by the Hex. He is going to get raised one more time, and there's no split anymore. As Pita does the full Raze combo. Split amongst 2 heroes, granted, but is able to lock down and kill off this Brewmaster. King RD, Duster, and Iceblood. Maybe looking for a little bit of response here. Moonlight Shadow goes out. They are spotted on the incoming. Full detection is here from the sentry, and Pepita's going to leave. But in the meantime, Schofield drops to HFN. Not even using that Chronosphere, just chasing him down and beating him to death. HFN, Moonlight Shadow is wearing thin right now. They have a black hole, but they don't have enough damage here. Pepita's finally arriving, but HFN is free and clear right now. They will get the tower deny on bottom as well. So it's an even tower deny. Ice Blast is now up for the Dire side. Together with that Chronosphere, represents a pretty serious threat considering how fast that Ice Blast has been picked up. 12 minutes seems pretty reasonably quick for an Ancient Apparition. El Titan's only level 5. I guess Shadow Shaman's level 6 as well. Excel's not doing too bad for himself. Chronosphere onto the Weaver. Needs a lot of bashes here. Fire Blast, and it's enough damage. Whoa, what is this? No freaking way, right? There's no way that's what he's building. That can't be it. Is that it? No, it doesn't make any sense. That doesn't do anything. It's gotta be a Battle Fury, right? And he's just there with an energy booster. Maybe it's bugging out again. Oh, it was bugged out. Was it bugged out? Ogre Magi has an energy boost. I think it was bugged again. This gold thing has been bugged all freaking day, man. So it is gonna be a Battle Fury. It's like our core 1 position Faceless Void. He clearly wants to go for a Lotus Orb as his first item. Duster, Invis Rune, unfortunately. Radiant side are prepped for that, thanks to the Moonlight Shadow, or the threatened Moonlight Shadow, rather. HFN does not have a Chronosphere for a long time, but he's dropped, what, like 4 Chronospheres now, and he's gotten himself 4 kills, so he is able to do, stay consistent with these ulti casts. That's how you stay relevant as a Faceless Void when your team doesn't really have all that much to pile in with. You gotta make sure you get the value yourself.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Tower will be pushed. paiN does have the drums and power treads. A little bit of minus armor here from the Weavers is going to go for his Diffusal Blade. Bottom lane being pushed as well is going to give Tavo essentially his Blink Dagger locked up.
Bottom tower is under attack.
So the Blink Dagger on the Brewmaster, the Mirana going for a Maelstrom first item. Together with the Battle Fury means that paiN Gaming have a lot of farm rate, a large farm rate increase moving forward. Not to mention the fact that Bloodlust on Mirana, though always great, is particularly good when you also have Maelstrom. There we go. Now that's the first item I can get behind HFN. 8,100 on this Faceless Void. Shadow Fiend and Weaver can farm at a decent rate, but not sure if it's faster than a Faceless Void to the Battle Fury. They are going to look to jack him up, though. Tavo's right around the corner. Ward is placed. Iceblood, HFN. They will see the smoke on everyone. Tavo, blink forward. Black Hole onto 2. Focusing onto the Ogre Magi. They do cancel the Black Hole. Chronosphere is not coming out just yet. Faceless Void is going to drop. Ice Blast coming in will land to pretty much everyone, but is there enough damage here? Arrow lands into the Weaver. Right clicks are in. Time Lapse is not castable and will drop to Tavo's split, but all of his Brewlings are actually taking an absolute beating here. He'll just drop to paiN, and the right clicks at the SF. It's a 3-for-1. As Old Stinger shows off that shiny new Blink Dagger. Maybe goes in a little bit too far now, but Blink Black Hole onto 2 like that. That is a little bit of a taste for the mid to late game stage I was talking about for Infamous. Obviously, if you ever land a 2-man Black Hole that quickly, it's pretty darn sweet. But on the Faceless Void in particular, being able to knock him out before he gets that Chronosphere off, before he gets a Time Walk out, that is a huge pickup. Not only just in being able to kill him off, but also being able to get this Blink Dagger on the Shadow Fiend. So next time there's a Black Hole, there may also be a Requiem in the middle of things as well. This is a momentary hiccup for paiN. They still have Chronosphere, they still have the Ice Blast, still have this really power farming set of tools. But Infamous have shown some signs of life right now, and gotta make sure to keep playing around that Enigma ultimate. Do you have a Black Hole? If yes, go look for a usage. Well, unfortunately, SF isn't going to get a chance. Stomp lands onto everyone. It's a pretty sick stomp. A little bit too late, though. It's a 4-kill being ended by King RD. Yeah, Tavo did use a split pretty well there, even though he did die. Diffusal complete on Kataro. It's a very cost-effective damage tool. Being able to give chase on Weaver is like half of his shtick. It's really difficult up against these cores on paiN, so typically do need as much help as you can get. We go for Dragonlance next. Yeah, pretty solid stuff for the Weaver. Is going to be very vulnerable moving forward, though. Like, his build does not offer him all that much health. In fact, doesn't even have power treads. He has no boots at all. So if he is ever caught by an arrow or a Chronosphere, or hell, just even like a stray Fire Blast into a clap, like he will take an absolute truck ton of damage. Maybe not 100 to 0'd, but he will definitely be banged up for the worst. Smoke up now. Blink Requiem is there. Shackle, level 2, Hex level 4. Very disable heavy build here for Excel. Absolutely necessary when you're dealing with Mirana Faceless Void. And again, that Brewmaster. Fresh Medallion picked up on Skullfield. Roche, is this maxed out presence? No, it's only level 1. Okay, it's only 17 minutes in. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. But Roche is going to take an absolute beating here. Chronosphere down for another 30 means that paiN Gaming, even if they knew about this, which I'm not sure they do, won't be able to react in time. Wow, Excel has a Blightstone. That value tool for pushing towers, for taking Roche, that is cool, man. That is Roshan claims. Someone get the Aegis. There you go. I mean, this may or may not be turned into another medallion in the future, but as it stands right now, like, just a -2 armor, when you're talking about pushing with Serpent Wards or taking Roche Serpent Wards, like, that's some pretty serious value. Speaking of serious value, we have Enigma with another Black Hole. It's now level 2. If I recall correctly, the scaling on Black Hole is not all that great. It's really the cooldown you want. Damage per second is whatever. Like, Not really casting Black Hole for damage, right? But he has it. That means that Infamous, together with their fresh Aegis, going to be looking for a couple of big plays. Looking at chat right now. Yeah, Faceless Void got three Chronosphere kills, and Enigma got 0 Black Hole kills. Oh, the delay. Oh, the delay. Ooh, it's a Vlad's on the Brewmaster. Pretty decent item to have. Auras are carried on your Earth Brewling first. You don't really see Vlad's picked up all that often nowadays. It's still a pretty solid item. You're taking a lot of physical right clicks from the Shadow Fiend and from the Weaver. Extra armor can and will definitely make a difference. The extra armor and the lifesteal when you're talking about heroes like Faceless Void and Mirana, like these are all just great tools to have. So definitely feel like this item might be under-purchased, but you really need the right type of hero. Ooh, Blink out from Pepita. He is going to drum up and try to find a hidey hole. He's going to Requiem instead, which will be canceled by a Fire Blast. And he'll try again. He'll cancel it again. He has a double life here, so he will die once. His backup is coming in spades. Everyone and their mom has been invited to the party. Here comes the Earth Splitter as this Shadow Fiend does jump away back into the trees. Ice Blast coming in, will not hit onto Ice Blood. The Black Hole, though, lands onto 2 heroes with the Midnight Pulse there. They deploy the Serpentwars, trying to go for the Faceless Void. They have a Malefice stun. The damage, it is going to be enough with the Shackle lasting for so damn long. Skullfield off to the side. He's going to miss his stomp, but Kataro is here with that slow from the Diffusal Blade. The damage is enough. And ultimately, for paiN Gaming, they lose 3 heroes and get a big, fat goose egg. They also lose the Faceless Void in the mix and are unable to kill off the Shadow Fiend proper. They are still working with a little bit of a lead here, but their lead is funneled 100% into the Void and into the Mirana. And as much damage as they're able to do, they still have yet to build up any sort of bulk, so they are very easy to actually kill off if they do get caught by any of these big tools. And I guess we're going to count the... We're going to count the Shackle as a big tool because that was doing some serious damage. That's Infamous claiming a win. That's Infamous saving Pepita and taking a tower. And now looking at a little bit more of an even game. Their farm distribution, you can see, is a lot more evenly spread than paiN Gaming, who are a lot more dispersed in their farm. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. In this particular game, you kind of do want your farm split between Weaver and Shadow Fiend. You want them both to represent a pretty significant threat. And they definitely do. Pepita, with that first blink away from that Faceless Void, that set all of that up. He's in a little bit of trouble right now, but he should be fine. BKB up on Stinger right now. 2 Black Holes have caught 4 heroes total, which is pretty damn good. And now with the BKB, there will be only Chronosphere to cancel a Black Hole. And you really don't want to use Chronosphere just to cancel a Black Hole. If you do, I mean, you probably will kill off the Enigma, but also, like, it's really hard to Black Hole, or to Chronosphere a Black Holing Enigma without hitting your allies. Like, usually they're just so close together. So it's really tough for HFN to perform with this Chronosphere as far as canceling Black Holes are concerned, and he has to, because no one else can. Everyone from Infamous, they'll back off. Still a minute left for their Black Hole. It's not the time to fight right now, especially since there is a Chronosphere on HFN. Spirit is going to give them quite a bit of intel. In fact, full intel. 100% aware of what's going on right now. Bugs are going to be thrown out. Midnight Pulse going to start thinning the creep wave. There is no Shadow Fiend. Pepita is going to be bouncing around elsewhere. Grabs a Haste Rune in before he plays too aggressively with this Haste Rune and gets picked off. Okay, goes to the bottom lane. He has an Arcane Rune, so these raises are damn near close to free. And he's going for an Assault Cuirass. We saw a Shadow Fiend earlier today go for the Caster setup build, that insta-pop build. And I thought it was wrong, because there was an OD and an Omni Knight on the other end. We're seeing this Shadow Fiend go for a little bit of a right-clicking build. And I also think it's wrong, because this is a perfect time to get that burst going, because you can actually 100-0 Faceless Void. No, maybe he doesn't die to it all the time, so in which case the right-click build is definitely better, but what did I say just like 30 seconds ago, in before Pepita plays too aggressive with the Haste Rune and gets picked off? Did I say that? I'm pretty sure I did say that. It's like I've almost seen this guy play before. King RD with the Malefice does have a leap out. Second leap, not in time. Malefice into the Hex, into a Shackle, into a Stomp. Oh, that Stomp did a lot of damage. Holy crap, that did a lot of
Radiant's top
damage.
tower is under attack.
Well, that's King RD down. And about an even as trade as you could find. Earth Splitter is also up. With the Black Hole, that is a devastating combo. Not the easiest to land, obviously, but if you can, you'll be able to pull back like a 10k deficit with ease. Smoke now towards the bottom lane. Black Hole at the ready. paiN also respawning. With this positioning, though, from paiN, they are close enough to help each other, but not close enough to get caught by a massive black hole. So, a little bit of a fruitless rotation so far. They will see HFN. Don't see anyone else, though. BKB, straight black hole, looking to pop the Faceless Void. 2 raises Earth Splitter coming in, and it will get the kill onto HFN, including a Shackle onto Tavo. He does have the split. How many disables do they have? Not enough. He gets split off, but can they actually escape with him? That's another question entirely. Off to the side, the Ogre Magi is actually going to teleport out because he's tanky, he's smart. But the Brewmaster, maybe not as much so. You respawn on the Earth Blink, and there's a Malphus. Rest assured, Stinger is spamming that button. Stun, stun, stun. Got him. He's dead. Cyclone goes off into the Shadow Fiend to try to buy himself some space. Not gonna happen. Another successful fight for Infamous. Dropping a Black Hole onto a Faceless Void may seem greedy, but at the same time, you're trading your Black Hole for a lack of Chronosphere on the other side.
Radiant's
And of
middle
course, that
tower
lack of
is
damage.
under
Pizza.
attack. Another put down.
Yep. I said it in the draft. I said, yeah, paiN played pretty well, but he got picked off one too many times. Oh, stomp. Poor Ice Blood. Ice Blast is going to land. That's not going to do anything. But paiN, this is the upside of having even spread on your carries, on your cores. Oh, who's teleporting in there? That is not a good idea, Faceless Void. He's going to not get shackled. There's no mana, but he still is going to drop to the Stomp of Skullfield. My god, that does a lot of damage. So HFN died, respawned, teleported in, and died again. And that one was without a black hole. That was just him walking into a Shadow Shaman by himself, even without the shackle. So yeah, that's not a play you want to be making. You're worth the most in your team. You can't afford to give lives away like that. Eidolon's going to fan out, start chipping at that tower. Minus armor here. Just a little bit of a touch of minus armor from the Weaver. Delayed this push.
Dire's middle tower
Roshan
has
was looking
fallen.
like 2 minutes off. That's quite a long time. Infamous really aren't in any rush, though. 30 seconds left until they have another black hole. paiN going to probably pick up that Assault Cuirass by that time. Even more right-click damage.
A golden thread.
Schofield has been absolutely everywhere. Double damage now. That Stomp is just doing so much damage. Not to mention the fact that, my god, they have a level 15 Shadow Shaman on the field.
Top tower is under
Like,
attack.
the talent is, I mean, first of all, you're getting closer to the Mass Serpent Lords. Level 15 talent on Shadow Shaman, 125 cast range, doesn't sound like a lot. I'm pretty sure this isn't accurate. I'm pretty sure his cast range is larger than this, but holy crap, he can like cast from a million miles away. Schofield will fall here. Hex goes off, and he will just shatter. Yeah, that Hex was not in this circle, right? Is even further out than that? Looked like it. A big deal for someone like a Shadow Shaman. Chronosphere onto the Weaver, not enough. And now he's slowed down. There is no True Sight, though, so he'll just time walk it off. So Chronosphere traded for an Elder Titan, let's say. Yeah, just destroy the racks and get back. Gotta be careful, though. Shadow Shaman tagged with an arrow on bot side. King RD starting to 360 no-scope some fools.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Tower is going to fall, but man, in the meantime, that's an Eye of Scotty on the Weaver. That's his bulk item right there, along with that Dragon Lance. It's a big reason why. Oh, bro, no, not a chance. Okay. There's a Shadow Blade, Blink Dagger, and BKB on the Enigma. Free black holes whenever he wants them. Still, it's a very long cooldown until he gets some serious cooldown reduction. Has the one talent. He'll just jump in. Malphus, King RD. Another Malphus going to come in soon, as they will also jump in onto paiN. But this Assault Cuirass is going to give him so much extra durability. Chronosphere is not active. Stomp is going to miss completely as the Enigma is going to BKB Shadow Blade in and look for a black hole. He's going to land it onto 2 heroes. Where's the Requiem? There's Kataro just stacking. They don't even need the Requiem. They have the Earth Splitter. That might just be better, actually, as Tavo now is on the run. Malphus is available. They just need a little bit of vision and a little bit of movement speed. Tavo has a Blink Dagger soon. The bugs are coming. He will dodge that first click. Oh, but it gets Malphus just in the nick of time before the Blink Dagger come in, and that's going to give Stinger the kill. A 4-for-0 exchange. Patience from Stinger. That's the name of the game right there, and yeah, that's Split. Used to be really good up against Shadow Fiend until he gets this Assault Cuirass, in which case your Split suddenly doesn't do all that much damage. You still get the immolation damage. Fire Panda does quite a bit, but it's definitely not enough. Going straight to Roche now. Taro will be able to tank that pretty comfortably. Mirana does have vision now from the Ice Blast. Leaps right in, snatched the Aegis on Kataro. So Mirana ends up getting the kill on Roche, but ends up dying for it. Did she get the cheese? No, cheese is somewhere. Where did cheese go? Cheese is on the Shadow Fiend. Nice little play there by the Mirana, set up by the AA in like the 4th Roche Jack of the day. Insane amount of times that that's happened. Maybe even like 5th or 6th. We've seen it a lot, man.
Dire are scanning.
But still Infamous, they don't get the gold. I'm pretty sure the Mirana is going to be an acceptable substitute. They still get that Aegis on the Weaver. Level 20 on the hero now. The Butterfly next. He just tore through that Faceless Void, whose bulk item is only Manta Style. 10 strength isn't bad, but when you're talking about going up against a Weaver with this amount of farm, like, man, you need like another 20 strength on top of that 10 strength, something like that. This type of Dota from Infamous is about like the quality of Dota I expected from Sacred in the previous set. They are playing really well, specifically Stinger. Again, I've seen this guy play more Enigma than a lot other offlane players. Some offlane players play it. I guess it's the captain's decision, but some players play it, some don't. If you can find a game to play Enigma, you're actually able to handle the lane and then move forward into a mid-late stage where you're not faced up against a million BKB piercing disables like Swap and Roar and stuff. You're going to be in for a good time. Ping, ping, ping. Aegis and Cheese with Black Hole at the ready. paiN Gaming might need to spend some buybacks here. They only have it onto the Faceless Void and the Mirana. Going straight in for Duster. Gets force tapped out. Drop the Serpent Wars now. Minus armor is going to be not here, actually. Looks like they all got rid of their Blightstones. So the Shadow Shaman still has his, but it doesn't really matter. Taro's taking a little bit of damage here, taking tower aggro. Faceless Void pushing forward, gets hexed up, did not expect the True Sight, and now is in a lot of trouble. Here comes the Earth Splitter. He will go down. The Panda Split does come out, and they'll send Pepita up into the air, trying to go for the Weaver now. Here comes the Black Hole. It's gonna... Wah, wah. You know what? That's fine, because you landed a couple good ones. Then he walks into the Chronosphere. Oh well. Well, Chronosphere is now down. He's just after Skullfield with the Stomp. He'll get it off, then get stunned afterwards. The Weaver, where is the Weaver? He's at full HP somewhere. It looks like he used the first life of his Aegis, and now is going to have to make a retreat. They've already taken down the tier 3 tower. HFN already bought back. They lose the Shadow Shaman, the Elder Titan, and the Weaver's first life. But ultimately pull out HFN's buyback, and the AA's buyback as well, and the tier 3. So a pretty nice win there for Infamous. Could have been a little bit cleaner, obviously. They weren't completely happy with that Black Hole from Stinger. Again, as soon as I praise his performance, he whiffs that hard, like every single goddamn time. Careful there, Taro. No bashes. He's not time-lapsing. He will finally get it off and then try to scurry away. It looks like he will survive. That was a little bit too close for comfort, though. No Black Hole, no Chronosphere. Yet paiN Gaming still trying to crack back after having lost that tier 3. Pepita, Assault Cuirass going into the Ethereal Blade next. Interesting item. And, I mean, you will still have that Spell Amp talent, and you still can do a lot of damage with your raise combos. You're not going all into it, which I think is fine. And it also, like, enables you to be ethereal up against a Mirana and a Faceless Void, which is actually kind of nice. Not all the time, though. You may be ethereal, but that is purgeable by the Dispel of the Wind Panda. And I think that's it. It's a really, really corner case. Most pandas don't cast Dispel on things because there's not many things that you can dispel. Ethereal form is one of them. Usually that spell is obviously saved for bringing down the Cyclone. Another black hole in 20 seconds. Octarine, the next pickup for the Enigma. Even more black holes. There is level 3 Serpent Wards on the Shadow Shaman. That is such a fast timing on this hero. Oh, Duster, no! Run, Duster, run! Dude, that one series of shots, and how the hell did they get... Okay, they saw him with the bugs, right? So he's dead as shit, and, well, maybe the Ogre Magi is pretty darn dead as well, because he is smart, but he's not that smart. 2 supports down. paiN Gaming. I mean, those are the heroes I guess you kind of want to lose if you're going to lose anyone. Jump in from Tavo, getting right top of Excel. He did not deploy his Serpent Wards. Can they kill off Excel without him deploying his ultimate? They will get the ultimate out. Arrow goes off onto the Weaver. Needs a time lapse. He's going to get put into the ethereal form. It gives him time to time lapse. And now the black hole from Stinger. They do have True Sight onto the Faceless Void. It looks like maybe not enough. They will still kill him off, as Tavo's going to return from his split form, but he's up against one too many heroes right now. Will blink out before anything can attack him. King RD will have those leaps, but he's still taking an absolute beating here. Jump forward for the Enigma. Tanks the arrow, gets some outfit stun off, letting Kitaro and Peters lay into that Mirana. One more raise, but she has a million leaps. Thank you, Ice Frog. Thank you. Another ghost shotgun on from Pepita. Man, that save onto Kitaro, that was clutch as hell. And it's something you can dispel, but you're not always in the right position. It's so hard to be in the right position up against that. Oh, Tavo's going in perhaps a little bit too far. Does pop BKB, but Taro doesn't really care about his BKB. Is going to scurry away from the Ice Blast, and he'll be just fine. Tavo really intent on continuing this fight. Is tanky as hell up against a Weaver who does not have any True Strike. The damage, though, has been done. They back off, lose the Enigma, Shadow Shaman, and that's it. In exchange for 3, for how many heroes on paiN? HFN, Iceblood, Duster, that's 3, yeah. In exchange for 3, including Rax, oh, Arrow, tag the Weaver, but Schofield is here to help. Maybe here to help a little bit. Time Lapse is going to get Qatar right back up to near full HP. Still takes a couple disables, but he's actually in a little bit of trouble right now. Needs some help. Another Force Staff, another Ghost Scepter. No way, Kataro is going to be saved once again by Pepita. What a play. And with the regen in his bottle, he'll be getting right back into ship shape. Unfortunately for Shadow Fiend, he doesn't have another one, so he's a little bit screwed. But Kitaro is back. They were able to stomp down that Tavo Brewmaster now looking for the Ogre Magi. They do see him through some means. The Stinger is going to return looking for Miran at the same time. She has no more leaps left, but Kataro's not focusing her just yet. Is now going to circle around with the stomp there. The Chronosphere is going to bail her out with the multicast. They'll get the kill on the Weaver. He can buy back, but he can't time-lapse back. Is it worth it? I think it might just be worth it, but they're going to let Schofield die instead, as they will keep Enigma alive. paiN Gaming making a pretty big push out of their base. Get a hell of a lot there off of just a stray arrow landing on a Weaver. Not going to go all in with the buyback time lapse. That would be a little bit risky. The black hole, though, is now up from Stinger. This game is very, very close. But unlike last game, the infamous side actually have a set of racks. 36 minutes in compared to the 70-minute racks that was taken in last game. They do have more than enough late game power to come back from a set of racks. Assuming their Faceless Void is able to catch a half-decent Chronosphere.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Stinger is going to have a soul booster whenever he wants it. Really nice item for Enigma to have. Oh, those Eidolons also. 70 damage now up. Very easy to underestimate that because they're so easy to kill, specifically with the Battle Fury Faceless Void, but it is a lot of damage. Force Staff out from the Shadow Shaman, gets into the Roche Pit, dispels the Cold Feet, goes Ethereal as well, but his backup is really far away. Has another Force Staff? Dude. Oh my god, he Force Staffed the Shadow Shaman out to safety. Duster. That ancient apparition is a spy. I was like, how did he force staff again? Thank you, Duster, for that. I needed that. That made my day. I'm very happy now. I mean, it would have only been a kill on a Shadow Shaman. I say that was a level 20 Shadow Shaman. His Serpent Wards are jacked up beyond belief. Not agged, but I mean, still, they're really, really freaking powerful. And they let him live. Why kill a level 20 hero when you can force staff him out to safety? Oh my god, I'm losing it, guys. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. I've been going for like 7 hours so far, so I apologize. I apologize to the players if I'm being rude. Secret Agent Stinger walks right by King RD. I don't think you can kill him anyway. Like, King RD has a lot of armor. He's just gonna cut the wave and TP out. The Eidolons are just dying. Gotta split, guys. Split! Yeah, got him. Cut a wave. That's something, I think. Is it something? I'm not even sure if it's anything relevant. You can equalize the wave equilibrium on the bottom lane. Schofield just wants this ward. He'll force staff out to the cold feet. Oh, Chronosphere off to the side. Where's the shotgun help? There it is, but no, it's actually not there. The Enigma also gets focused down, and he'll be brought down as HFN lands a great Chronosphere. Neither of these two heroes have buyback. Weaver just bought out for a butterfly, and hey, look at that, Roche is up with the refresher shard, so Chronosphere can be doubled up now. Oh, that was a huge catch there from paiN. Take the Aegis on the Faceless Void. Looks like refresher shard on Mirana. Probably not going to stay on Mirana. He definitely casted the Ethereal Blade, but I'm not really sure on what. It wasn't on the Weaver. If it wasn't, the Weaver was dispelled immediately by something. Enigma is going to be forced to buy back now. Faceless Void with an MKB does not give a damn about your butterfly. Man, he's doing a lot of damage. Level 25 also. This Void is going to be difficult to kill without landing that Black Hole. Black Hole is up, but Enigma at the same time doesn't really have the backup necessary because Weaver's down. He would love to jump in on that Faceless Void. He would absolutely love to, but it's just not in the cards right now. Arrows coming in. Arrows will miss. This is a precarious position for Infamous to be in. This Chronosphere Faceless Void is like old school Faceless Void carry right now. Cell. Really gotta be careful there, bro. He does see the Mirana. Oh, gets tagged with the arrow! And now here comes the Ice Blast. Force Staff out is gonna make that miss, but the Mirana's gonna give chase to the leap. There goes Excel, leaping forward. Schofield will Yules himself, but I don't think he's gonna get out of this. No, King RD just machine guns him down. And Weaver is in the mid lane. Another 2 kills for paiN. 1 racks down doesn't mean jack shit right now. King RD did take the leap damage talent. Or the leap attack talent, rather. So, when he leaps forward like that, looking for those kills, you best bet you're gonna die. Chronosphere is available. Stinger. They have a black hole here, but only 1 black hole compared to the 2 lives and 2 Chronospheres of Faceless Void. He's gonna cleave through the Eidolons. They're super dead. Get rid of the Malphus and just go to town on this tier 3. Top lane is being pushed by King RD as well, so this may be a 2 racks for paiN. Not in mid, but hey, everywhere else, that's good too. Assault your ass on the brew. Give me that minus armor for the Faceless Void to just wail onto the structures. That's going to be 1 racks claimed. 2nd and 3rd actually all in trouble. As HFN, as long as he has this Aegis, doesn't really have much to fear. He is just going to work. We'll back off. As Enigma's thinking about pushing forward now. Okay. I thought I heard a Chronosphere. That was not the ideal Chrono, let's say. But he has a refresher shard, so it's all good, man. It's all good. There you go. Chow down. And they'll jump in, use the 2nd Chronosphere on the Enigma. Shotgun is going to keep him safe, but still the ice damage and the fire Gonna come in and cut this guy down. And in the backside, looks like the Weaver was looking to poke in, but couldn't quite find an angle there. Chronosphere down for Enigma. paiN feel comfortable enough going for more. It looks like they do. You have an Aegis on the Faceless Void, but he's going to lose it immediately. No assistance just yet. King already has another set of arrows right now. Will throw them out, and they will all miss. HFN will still get shot from the high ground, but the damage is so huge going back in. It will not be able to get any kills just yet. HFN will once again time walk it off. King RD as well will leap out. Tavo's going to come in with that haze. If they need it, Katara will fall. 100 seconds. He's down for good. Oh no, HFN is still very healthy right now. He has to plow through all these Serpent Wars, but now the split off in the backside catches the Shadow Feed. He doesn't have an Ethereal Blade for himself. The Brewmaster is looking to zone him out as Excel is going to pop the Lincoln Sphere, but he is going to get stunned up by the Arrow set, and the Elder Titan as well will fall. Ooh, careful there, Void. You only have one life, but time walk in. He wants to die, apparently. Ice Blast for Pizza. Oh, is that lethal damage? It is lethal damage. They got him. He's immediately going to buy out. But the damage is being done in the mid lane. As the Faceless Void does buy back, he immediately travels in. Pepita, he's all alone right now for another 12 seconds. He'll have an Enigma friend, but in that time, the game might be over. What can he do about this? He can throw out a couple of long-range raises, but if he gets too close, he'll get hit with Fire Blast. Kamsa? Nope. Like, where are you going, Ice Blood? What the hell is he doing? Black Hole is going to land onto 2. There's not much follow-up here. The Ancient Apparition will fall. HFN, though, will time-lapse all that damage back. He will still get hit pretty hard by the Shadow Fiend and will go down, but the Mirana's still kicking, and that's going to be game. paiN Gaming will take game 1. After having lost Rax such a long time ago, they are going to strike back off of some sick Faceless Void play. And Tavo's Brewmaster as well. Hell, everyone did their job there for paiN. Like, note that one fight where where the Rax were taken mid. HFN walked in and got nailed to the floor without casting a single thing and was still able to somewhat recover because he was still in the fight. If you don't answer the Faceless Void, you don't answer paiN Gaming, you will lose. Guys, I'm exhausted. These games have been absolutely great. paiN Gaming will take game 1 over Infamous. Don't go anywhere. We still have up to 2 games to go. Let's see what lies in store. I'm Mike Loris, and I'll be right back.